Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. See my voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune into the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. We are back with another Soph and Zeo show. Plenty to talk about, a new manager, and we're going to delve into that obviously. But firstly, let's see how Zeo is doing. Zeo, how are you doing? And thanks again for joining me.
I'm great. Doing great. Enjoying watching the change that's coming behind the scenes and on the pitch. So yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah, and obviously it's been one game, so we're not going to get too excited. Obviously he was there for the Arsenal game, but in terms of him in charge, it's been one game. But yeah, your first impressions of Ralf on the sidelines, his presence, like, did you see a big difference from us against Palace?
Best manager, no, I'm joking.
In the world.
Yeah, I feel like I instantly saw a difference. The pressing was like really good at the start. Obviously, he's only just come in. We ain't going to be able to do it a full game. We ain't going to be fit enough, but he looked really good. It was amazing to see Ronaldo pressing, the person that everyone says doesn't press, well, I think he does, but he was pressing. I don't know if he was trying even harder because of all the criticism, but we just looked different. We just looked different. Players looked different. Players that I thought would never get into the team were coming into the team and playing just way better. Like, I couldn't really complain about much. There was only one player that I wasn't really happy with, but so yeah, everything just looked...
Who's that?
McTominay. I wasn't really happy with him.
Okay, yeah. Fred, obviously we spoke about him a lot.
I'm probably Fred's biggest hater.
Was it a cross or a shot? Was it a cross or a shot?
Oh, I think it was a shot.
You're going to give him the credit for that, yeah?
Yeah.
I personally thought it was cross, but I think he's putting into an area. It's gone in. I ain't complaining. Like I said at the weekend, no Fred out today. I was happy with that. And good evening to James. I hope you're doing good. Because shares out some of the people in the chat. Danny Yarl, good evening to you. Hope you're good. Shaban, Shakeem, MBG, Lawbreaker, Brush says missed you last week. Missed you guys too. Obviously, I'll talk about what happened last week as well a little bit. I can't say too much, but I'll talk about it a little bit. Nippon, hello to you. Hello to H10. Hello to Ian. Yeah, so I'll be honest, Ralf, obviously I was sat in Spain watching it on a proper judgery. Honestly, it was just like kept flicking on and off. So I was like trying to watch it the best I could and get a proper headache from it. But I was watching the game and I thought you're right, the pressing, I thought we won the ball higher up the pitch like than we have been doing in previous games. Obviously, we tend to let the opposition have the ball and we're kind of a bit passive. I thought we were more aggressive in our pressing. And yes, Ronaldo did definitely start that as well. Ronaldo, the problem, started that press. And even though, I mean, Sancho is a player that I want to get into. You can see him there on the screen as well. Last few games, do you think he's finally coming to be that player that we expected in a United shirt, Gio?
I wouldn't say he's finally... I would say he's getting there. You've definitely seen glimpses. He looks like he's getting more confident on the ball. He's dropping the shoulder and trying to take on players now, taking shots. Not so much the last game, but the game before, he was putting in great balls and stuff like that. So I am excited to see, as he warms into the team more and more, how Sancho's going to turn out for Man United, because I think we might see that Dortmund, that Dortmund Sancho, because he's showing glimpses of it now, whereas the first few games, he just looked like a lost, he just looked lost on the pitch, but now, he looks like Sancho, so I'm really excited for that, and I knew it would happen. So yeah, I'm really glad for him and happy.
And Ralph's obviously spoken already very highly of him. So hopefully he can get the best out of him. But the pressing is what really impressed me. That was the instant thing. And he's had, one or two training sessions with them. And already you can see the improvement. So I'm excited to see going forward. So look, I'm not one of these who's like, oh, we're going to win the league or whatnot. It's been one game. But I have seen slight improvements and it is positive signs to come. I love the way that he's spoken in press conferences and whatnot as well. I love the way he was on the sidelines, the celebration, obviously when we scored as well. Yeah, I feel like so far so good for Ralf. And obviously we'll keep watching that. Do you think if this does go well, and I have to ask the question, and I know a lot of people have asked it as well, if it goes well for Ralf, do you think he'll be staying on longer than the 6 months? Because obviously there's that consultancy role, or do you think no matter what, he'll be moving on up?
So I guess a lot of it will be to do with what he wants to do as well. Because in his mind, he might think, I don't want to carry on as Manchester United manager. I do want that other role, and this is my way in. He might have thought that from day one. But if he's not bothered and he's going to see how it goes, then if he does well, it would only be stupid to change a manager that's doing well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine we bring in Poch or something, and it just goes downhill from there with Poch's tactics when Ralf was doing well. It would just be stupid to do that. So, in my opinion, if he does well, stay on, and you would think likely at United that they will make that decision as well. But would you want him to carry on?
I think George makes a good point. I think it depends where we finish. I think top four now has to be our main aim. Of course, it does. And I think obviously we can see improvements in performances and whatnot, but if we're still not getting the results over the line, do you know what I mean? I think time will tell on that one because you get the new manager boost when that wears off. Are we still going to be getting these results? So I think if we get top four, I think it'll definitely be up for consideration. But let's not beat around the bush. It's going to be a fight, isn't it, for that top four? And if we get it, then we're going to have to work hard to get it. So I think Ralph's got a big job in his hands. Who knows? Who knows? And if it goes really well for him in his state, I won't object to that. You know me, I'll always back who's manager. I like what I've seen so far, but it's been one game, so I'm just not getting too sucked into it. I think Ian said there a very good point. Don't go there yet. Wait, let's get through the season first and then make a decision. He's right though.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't go there.
Yeah. But let's not be like 2 months down the line. Oh, you know what? We played really well in 2 months. Let's give him that deal now. You know what I mean? We can wait.
No,
till the end
you
of the
don't do
season.
that. Yeah,
I agree.
You definitely don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, like so far so good, like I say, and we'll see. A lot of people are saying they saw big improvements, no more sideways passes. And big up to George, by the way, as well. Hope you're doing well, George. Shane Malone says, let's see what happens at the end of the season. Totally agree with that. Lawbreak said, I was doing well at one point. I reckon we stick to the plan. I agree with that as well. Ralf should continue for another year with the squad and then move upstairs, in my opinion, says Shaquem. Okay, so not so much long term, but for a year as opposed to 6 months. Interesting.
I wouldn't argue.
No, George said Ronaldo continues to make the critics angry with him now becoming a pressing demon. Which, I swear, we keep saying it, but there's going to be some kind of conspiracy. Years down the line, he's going to come out as a robot or something, because I swear the man is not human. And that video, the C in Old Trafford at the Arsenal game, is Sancho and that doing it behind him as well. It's just class. But you mentioned there's teams that obviously have coming into and by injuries, to be fair, they've been forced into it, and obviously Wan-Bissaka as well, going to form partly. But the fullbacks, Delo, Telles, they've come in, and to be fair, I think they've looked pretty decent last few games.
Unbelievable! I couldn't believe, especially Delo, because I always had a sneaky feeling about Telles. Like I saw little glimpses in Telles. I just thought he never. I don't know if he had the. I don't know. I just had a feeling with Telles, it was definitely tactics, maybe. But with Delo, I just thought even when this guy seemed to get the ball under Oli, even when he did have space, I thought this guy doesn't know what. He can't put in good crosses. They're always going out. I thought, I don't know about Delo. And then all of a sudden now, him and Telles in bags of space, obviously due to the tactics he was playing, in loads of space. And they were both like demons on the wings. It reminded me of a team that I hate with their fullbacks, if you get what I mean. It reminded me of a team that I hate. And I was just
any good attacking teams, fullbacks are a massive part of football nowadays. You know what I mean?
They were in loads of space. I feel like I can't remember the last time I've really seen our fullbacks in space consistently in a game. It doesn't seem to happen previous games, but that game it happened so much, and it was just mega exciting. Every time Telles and Delo got the ball, I found myself getting excited, thinking, "Oh, they're going to put a ball in. Oh, Ronaldo's going to get on the end of it." It was just exciting, and tactically, I loved it.
I think in particular Delo, because I've said it many times, Wan-Bissaka, when he gets that ball going forward, he looks like he's on stilts. Yeah. It's so unnatural, and the attacks are just constantly breaking down on that right hand side. Defensively, 1v1, obviously one of the best in the world. I'm not denying that. But going forwards, and like I say, I think if you're going to be an expansive attacking team, you need your fullbacks to add to the attack. Yeah. And I always put on that right hand side, Wan-Bissaka hindered it. He didn't add to it, he hindered it. And I think with Delo coming in, Delo likes to whip a ball, and as you've already mentioned as well, he can go either way as well. He can use his left or his right. Defensively, I'd say that's where I'll question Delo, but last few games definitely. And I think this is the big point as well. I think Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, that surely they have to find it. Surely, I didn't mean that, no pun intended, but they have to find it hard to break back in because it's got to be based on form, hasn't it? It's not fair just because like Maguire did strolling back in on status. Like at the moment, Telles and Delo deserve to keep their place, surely. So
now I'm going to disagree with Shane and what you said because I need to see Wan-Bissaka and Shaw under the new tactics before I make a decision on that. Because remember, I said Delo. I thought Delo was awful. All of a sudden, is like this superstar under these new tactics. So for all we know, Wan-Bissaka, not that it will happen because we don't know. Maybe he will be amazing under these new tactics. Maybe Shaw, because I know Shaw is a great left back. So maybe Shaw with more space, like we had in that game, with these new tactics, knowing where players are going to be, maybe Shaw will be outstanding. So
Yeah, but surely they don't walk back in.
Well,
they've got to work. They've got to fight for that place. It has to be based on form, in my opinion.
I guess so, but if the play, I don't know. Maybe he's going to rotate it to see what players he can depend on and blah blah, and then they're going to come on. And it's just going to be magic. I don't know. I just need to see them in the position before I kind of have an opinion on that. Because, like I said, Delo completely shocked me.
Yeah. I also think, obviously, young boys tomorrow, that's a good game to rotate. Maybe we'll see a glimpse of them in, obviously, Ralf's system as well. We need to see how they work under him. He's already spoke highly of Luke Shaw, obviously, the form that he was sitting in the Euros. He wants him to get back to that. So, yeah, Ralf, I'm just hoping he gets the best out of our players. But you want him to have a headache. You want him to be thinking who should start at left back, who should start at right back based on form. Do you know what I mean? They need to be competing neck to neck, and that's the way that it should be. But I do think that having attacking fullbacks, it just enhances our game even more because we're not restricted. And I feel like we have been restricted, especially on the right-hand side of Wan-Bissaka. Hopefully it frees up a little bit now. And big up to Abdullah, thank you so much. And big up to Sophie and Zeo. Go and smash the like button. Please go and smash that like button, guys, and subscribe. I'd appreciate that
does it to everyone. Autocorrect.
It does. And you mentioned that team, obviously, and that name in particular. You are right, that high press, winning the ball up high, then that end product as well. I'm just hoping we can kind of play with a similar format to that, where Delo, for example, will be pinching the ball and whipping the ball in. You've already mentioned there with Ronaldo in the box, there's always a chance that you're going to take your chances as well. So yeah, there's a lot to build on, 100%. Spain was amazing. I'm shattered, if I'm honest, but no, it was absolutely amazing. At the moment, I'm having to isolate because of Boris's new COVID restrictions and whatnot. But no, it was fantastic, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I was up to, what I was filming. All I can say is keep an eye out. Early 2022, you will see the content that I was doing. But yeah, just a massive opportunity and one that I'm truly grateful for. And I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you lot and this channel and all the guests, including Zeo. So yeah, I appreciate the support from everybody, and I was truly blessed to go. But yeah, it was fantastic. But it was a bit cold, even though it might have looked sunny and that when I was there. I've got to be honest, it was a bit chilly. Not as cold as it was here though. I definitely didn't bring the weather back with me. Shaw needs to know when he plays. Guy keeps drifting into the middle. We've lost 4 goals this season. We've been going AWOL. His form he hasn't been at it. You've seen like clips of like him and Maguire bumping into each other as well. Like him and Maguire, to be fair, have been a bit all over the place post Euros. Let's just hope that they can get back to their form. 2-0 to Leipzig now. 2-0 to Leipzig. No way.
Who they're playing?
Leipzig. Let me get the fixtures up. PSG are playing tonight, aren't they? PSG Bruges, is it? PSG Bruges. Let me know who they're playing. Oliver, I forgot who else. I know Liverpool are on later. I know Real Madrid Inter's on later as well. City. Oh, I didn't realise it was City. You know.
No way. What have they played?
I don't look at those small teams. I don't monitor that. I was looking at Real Madrid and that. I actually didn't realise they were playing Man City. So
I need to see
City are already through. I'm guessing they've played a rotated team though, I'd imagine.
I'm looking now.
Yeah, surely they've rotated. Oh, genuinely didn't.
Now they've got a lot of starters.
Because aren't they already through?
I would guess so. They've got De Bruyne's on, Fernandinho's on, Grealish, Foden, Mahrez,
yeah, it's like a nothing game for him. I'm sure of it.
They've got a different keeper on.
Yes, that's why I didn't even clock to check City because I knew they were already through. So they're still top no matter what. Well done for filming this, Spain, so for the project and for being on the Done Robbie. You were brilliant. Thank you so much, Niall. I do appreciate that so much. It was nice to not get battered against Chelsea as well. Last time I was on there with Saeed, it wasn't a good one. It's Europa League final, so I was hoping that he wasn't going to jinx it and it'd be a terrible game. But luckily it wasn't too bad. But yeah, what about Fred then? So you mentioned McTominay was the one you're mostly disappointed in. Do you think Ralph's getting the best out of Fred there? Because we keep saying he's not really Brazilian. We called him Fred Flintstone. Fred Ake already mentioned. Like, it's been so frustrating. But we've always said it. Like, he shows glimpses of that potential player, and then he's just so rash on the ball and whatnot. Do you think he's finally coming into his place now in this team? Like, do you think this new manager maybe will give him the boost?
It seems that way, doesn't it? Like I was saying earlier, I'm one of Fred's biggest, I was one of his biggest when it comes to criticising him. And it seems like under this new tactic, even before the manager came and there was rumours that he kind of told them what lineup to play and how to play or something like that, Fred just looked better. But Fred's also known for playing in spurts as well. And I also think to myself, if you can get Fred playing well in that position, what are you going to be like when you get someone that's got better attributes than Fred? Because I think even playing well under Ralf, I just think he's still not, for me, he's still not a Man United player. I respect him for what he's doing. He works hard. He gets stuck in. But there's like that chip. I can't forget that chip. Like when who was it against? Not the last game, the game before.
Chelsea.
And
Chelsea.
I feel like that just sums him up, man. I'm just like, what? So yeah, I guess I'm still a Fred criticizer. I still don't believe in Fred, but he's playing better under Ralf with tactics. I guess he knows how to use him. But I feel like I can't wait for a better player to come in and take that position.
Yeah, I think I agree with George on this as well, though. Fred, I think he's been playing a lot better. But we mentioned it so many times. His tenacity getting the ball back, outstanding, one of the best in the world. But then when he gets the ball, he's so rash, and we don't control the game with him in the midfield because he hasn't been good enough on the ball. But I do think, like I say, last few games, I feel like he has improved in that. He's maybe kept it a bit simpler. The transition, because we're actually starting to pass forwards as well. None of these risky sideways passing. We're actually looking to pass forwards, and I think that's the biggest difference with Ralf coming in, the pressing and the passing between the lines. We're not so hesitant to go forwards. And it's almost like he's told them, be fearless, go forwards.
I love the Villa. I love the Villa.
The note from Carrick's friendship saying never shoot again. Yeah, what was that? Is that a pass back? Simon says Freddie's finally improved in his game. He played well against Palace, but had a mixed game against Arsenal. He started the game really sloppy against Arsenal, but then I feel like he really grew into it. And I can't knock him for that. I think so many times you see a player starting the game badly and then just having an absolute stinker. To be fair, I think he did kind of rein it back in the Arsenal game, and he finished the game really strongly. As a team, we did, to be fair. As a team, I thought that we showed good resilience, obviously good determination to fight back into that game as well. I'm pretty sure James is in the chat somewhere. James, if you are, just drop us a little message. But obviously, the Everton game yesterday I want to touch on. I don't know if you watched it. Richarlison posing with the ball afterwards, saying a hat-trick after he had obviously 2 disallowed from VAR and then finally scoring one as well. Arsenal, they were bantering us. They were bantering us big time, and now we've gone above them. Like, just, yeah. Did you watch AFTV last night, Zeo?
Nah, I think I've seen clips of who did I see? I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think it's Troops. I've seen clips of him chatting his breeze. Yo, man. That is one team, yeah. If we have to lose every game in the season, that's the one team I never want to lose to, and I'm so happy they pulled it out of the bag because I can't take Arsenal fans.
I can think of your song History FC. All I hear is Thierry Henry. I always think of that. Yeah, that's the thing though. That's why we laugh so much when AFTV, obviously, when they lose and whatnot, because they properly give it big. And I posted that video yesterday of Robbie doing the little head nod.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. That video. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, you're just welcoming it back. Do you know what I mean? It's just an easy target. Like trying to mug us off because Carrick was still in charge, and then Carrick goes and beats Arsenal. And it's just. Yeah.
The funny thing is, he would have told everyone there with him, "Yo, I'm gonna do this, yeah. And when I turn it to the side, all you man do this as well." And but
they're all out at a time as well. It just cracks me up.
No one in the room thought, "Nah, why are we doing this, Robbie?" Everyone's just like, "Yeah. Let's do it sick."
You know, I reckon Robbie didn't tell them what the caption was gonna be. So he's just done the dance with them there, and then afterwards he's added on there like, "Oh, Carrick's still in charge," and then I think, "Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that." But yeah, you're just opening up like for everybody just to use that over and over again, and I will continue to use that over and over again. You just can't help it. Proper funny clip. But yeah, Everton did deserve the win in my opinion, and what a goal from Damari Gray, who cost them less than $2 million. That's looking like a steal. What a goal by Damari Gray.
I haven't seen it, I haven't seen it.
You not see absolute rocket, literally absolute rocket. Flies into the corner. I saw a lot of Arsenal fans moaning about Ben White because he just drifted past him, letting cut in on his right and whatnot. But yeah, and Aubameyang had a chance right at the end as well, and it does look like Aubameyang is finished. Like he liked that Ronaldo post after the Arsenal game as well, which I think is just mad coming from the captain. Why would you think that's the right thing to do? He's got. Yeah,
like no connection and no emotion to the club, man. How are you gonna like a post of someone beating you? Like, come on, man.
I mean, it is Ronaldo, but still.
I know it's against you.
He's the captain.
Wait for his next goal when he posts about another team. Why are you liking against your team?
This is literally like if Maguire. And don't get me wrong, we were all fuming with Maguire in that after the Liverpool game, but that's like him liking Salah's post after the match.
Exactly.
Do you imagine what how could you support him after doing that? Like, that's just mad.
Just get out, go, get out.
No, keep him. It's all right, keep him. Eagle Eye says, even Soph and Zeo, well deserved against us, even though I should have scored. I did have a good chance, to be fair. But yeah, I do think we deserve the win. I think you know what, we kept a clean sheet and we have to be positive with that. Of course, you're going to get bits of lucky games, but yeah, I think that's probably the most stable we've looked for a while. And Lindelof, I think, deserves a lot of credit for his last few games as well. Doucouré is a really underrated player as well. He is. I was saying this yesterday as I was watching the game. He almost looks really unnatural on the ball, like very clumsy, but it always seems to pay off for him. Like he's really effective in the middle of the park. They were licking their lips when they were playing United, think they'll beat us, and look what happened. AFTV made my night, drank some of the tears in my tea mug. Yeah, entertaining. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a PR team who runs the account who was Ronaldo fan. Maybe. But surely you come out and say, sorry guys, it wasn't me, do you know what I mean? You just left it be. So
jump on and unlike it. You get me?
Yeah, quick, no one's seen it. There's like a million screenshots already out there. Yeah, I don't know if people can back that. But obviously we have got young boys tomorrow. Talks are it's going to be a rotated team, as you'd imagine it to be.
So
but Norwich coming up at the weekend. Hopefully we can get some goals against Norwich. But yeah, for this young boys game, like what kind of lineup are you expecting in this one? Henderson's going to start, Donny van der Beek's going to start, and I know Matic is going to be captain as well. So there's 3 rotations already. Do you think players like Lingard might come in for this one as well?
I think he's going to play Ilanga, because I was shocked when he put him on in the. Why do I keep forgetting who we played?
Palace.
I was shocked when he him on in the Palace game, and I was happy as well, thinking this guy is actually going to play youth. So I think Ilanga might play. I think Greenwood might play.
Yeah.
What did you ask me something? I just completely breezed past it.
I said, do you think Lingard will come in?
Oh, Lingard, no. I hope not as well. I don't think Lingard should play for us again.
What about if he signs a new deal near Ralfs?
No,
I don't think he should.
So that means so that means he just hated Ollie then.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. So I read today, Paul Pogba apparently now, because of Ralf coming in, he's impressed with a few performances. Obviously, this could all be just random rubbish. As you know, Pogba's name, United's name is meant to tell stories all the time. But I read that apparently he's impressed with what he's seen with Ralf and he's considering now signing that contract that's been on the table for however long. Like, how do you feel about that?
Pogba is not an idiot. Pogba will not sign a contract now. Like, why would you wait all this time and sign it now? You're going to wait and see what Ralf... If he does genuinely feel like, oh, they're onto something, you're going to wait and see, like, later down the line. And you're going to get a bigger contract if you run it all the way down now. All you have to do is wait a couple more months. He's not signing now. Come on.
Yeah.
He's hated enough already as well. It's not like he's going to get hated anymore by not signing. He ain't signing now. He'll be stupid to do that and then get trapped in the club again. And he doesn't know what the future really is. He ain't going to do that. I
can't see him doing that. And perhaps, like, for me, Pogba doesn't run the club. If he doesn't want to be at United, regardless of who's in charge, you get money for him and you let him go. Obviously, we're not going to get money for him, but I don't want to keep players who don't want to be at the club. That could be anybody. Do you know what I mean? I have no doubt Pogba will go elsewhere and he'll be absolutely class because he's a class player. But it just hasn't worked for him at United, and it hurts to say that, but it just hasn't. For whatever reason. Do you know what I mean?
I would like to see him.
But
I would love to see a one shot under Ralf quickly to see what it would have been. Yeah.
That's like sad though,
injury.
That's like, look, the new Jordans are in the shop and you want to try them on, but you can't afford them yet, so you put them on and they look so class, and then you have to just give them back.
You have to take them off.
For window shopping. Yeah. No, I don't want to see that. We put Ilanga on at 0-0, my manager. I think Ilanga could be definitely with a shout.
Amazing.
Is it just a powerhouse?
At 0-0, put him on. That's
He's
mad.
got all the attributes. Yeah. Pogba can't go find a place for him, the team, besides that midfield. This is excess. It's the Ravestones team. Henderson, so I think Shaw will come in. Maguire, Boyd, the low. Varane is in training as well. Whether he'll be risked, obviously, for tomorrow, I think is unlikely. Mr. Champions League, though, he's going to want to keep getting them goals in that competition. But I can't imagine he'll start, no. Is Cavani back for this game, actually? If someone can confirm that in the chat.
If he is, he's got to play.
I would like to see him, or even Greenwood at top, maybe. And then I'll probably start Lingard in there. So Matic, Van der Beek, Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo. Interesting.
I don't think it's going to be that.
So would that be Rashford more like in a 10 there? Is that what you're saying? And then Sancho and Greenwood either side? Because Cavani, as George said, he is in training, but I don't know if he's actually fit to play. If he is, then surely you'd think Cavani comes into that team. Or maybe even Lingard being the 10 and Rashford will come into that as well, you'd think. But
because we played 4-2-2-2-2, didn't we? Have I said too many twos?
No, that's right. That's right.
So Yeah, I feel like that was too striker heavy. I don't know who it was now. Put up. I feel like that was too strike. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I always rank about. I always say I've got a problem with shoes. Honestly, it's either that or food.
Have you got bare trainers in your house?
Yeah, I'll collect them.
Yeah.
I'll just collect shoes. Yeah, I've got a bit of an issue. Even talk about it now. Most of my comparisons are with trainers. Can't help it. I would play Tellers over short. I'm with Wan-Bissaka with the low. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka obviously on form. He doesn't deserve to play, but you'd think that he'd want to play under the new manager and prove himself. This is the perfect opportunity to test the depth of the squad, 100%. What can Ralf get out of the second string players, if you like? Cavani and Varane are about 2 weeks away from a start, so yeah,
Right.
Cavani won't be starting. So maybe Ronaldo will. I agree there with Shaquem as well. He'll want to stat pad. He'll want to obviously get his numbers up in the Champions League. You can't blame him for wanting to do that. And there's a bit of revenge there. Obviously, young boys first time around. Wan-Bissaka getting sent off. Maybe he'll want to get revenge in this game. To be fair, because that first game obviously wasn't the best on that rubber crumb pitch. Rubber crumb pitch. So yeah, I think this could be like a game where Ronaldo's thinking, you know what, let's get some goals back. Where we maybe want to boost our confidence. And like I say, going into Norwich at the weekend as well. Hopefully that's a game where we can get some goals. So go on. What would your lineup be for tomorrow then? Knowing that Henderson starts, Matty starts, Donny starts.
First, I want to say Shivan, he better not do that. Play Mata. He better not.
What?
Henderson. Who did you say? Henderson starts.
Matic, Donny.
Matic starts and Donny starts. So I think it's going to be. I think is Shaw back? Yeah.
Yes.
I think Shaw will play. I think Wan-Bissaka will play. I think you can't change too much. That's I think Lindelof will. Oh.
Boye, I think deserves to come in for a game.
I think the centre backs will be the same. I think Lindelof and Maguire will play. I think it's hard now. Trying to guess a new guy's brain. Matic, Donny. I think Elanga and Greenwood are playing. And yeah, you've convinced me of Ronaldo as well. I probably missed one player. I probably need an extra player. I'm going to leave that lingering because I don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah, I think Boye will start. I can see Boye starting, and I think Maguire always seems to start, doesn't he?
I think the centre backs will be the same. I think he'll play the two. Oh, we'll see. It's stressing me out. I need to know the guy a bit more.
Big up to you. Sound like you can read minds.
No, you know
what I mean? Maybe Sasha, the psychologist coming in. Maybe that's what Sasha can do. Devils United, big up, that is Maisie. Maisie, hello. Maisie will be joining me on Thursday. Make sure you go and subscribe to her channel, Devils United below. Go and hit the sub over there. I hope you're doing good, Maisie. I hope you had a lovely birthday as well while I was in Spain. I saw it was your birthday. Sorry I couldn't get a message to you, but yeah, happy birthday for the other day and I hope you had a good one. George also seems to like trainers. I love that. Jordan 1s, yeah. Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s.
How did I know you was going to do that? I don't know how.
I can't help it. Because you probably do the same thing. You can't help it. My first shoe on my radar was the Jordan 1 Retro Highlight Smelt Grey. Nice. I love Jordan 1s. 4s I like, but not so much on me. I think they're more of a man's trainer, but they're nice. Curlers, thank you for that. Just hit the likes, folks. Share and subscribe. Please do that as well. Oh yeah, true. Matty's captain. That's right. So Maguire will start. Oh yeah, I didn't put two things together. Matty's captain, so obviously Maguire's not going to start. So I think it could be Lindelof and Boye then.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd imagine Boye will be pressing quite high as he does. You're pressing their goalkeeper. Imagine that, like FIFA, you're forgetting who you're controlling, and you're just gone. You're running into your post at the other end or something. That'll be Boye. We've got Turkish stuff at the weekend as well with Norwich. Yep. Why not get into that Christmas spirit? How nice would it be to get some goals? But you know what? You can't underestimate anybody in the Premier League. When United are in town, you know that they're just going to bring out their A game and it's going to be like they're playing for their lives. It always happens. So I'm not actually going into it thinking, it's going to be 6-0 or whatever, even though realistically we should be scoring some goals against Norwich. New manager as well, the position that we're in, we should be feeling confidence. But I just think with the Premier League, you never quite know. We can't be complacent, can we, going into it, I guess is what I'm saying, Zeo.
No, I'd just be happy with a good performance like the first half, but more consistently over the full game. And a clean sheet. I'll be happy with that. Good performance and a clean sheet, and obviously the win. and I'll just be happy. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-0, as long as we play
Yeah,
well.
I thought you were saying that. I'll take a 0-0. I thought that's what you're saying then. Obviously a win.
But yeah, as long as because we was a massive goal threat in that game, and I feel like if we do that again and we get the win and we keep a clean sheet, I'll be happy because that to me is progress. So yeah, not really bothered about a goal fest.
So I'd love a goal fest just for confidence, but like you said, I think the result is the main thing, isn't it? Do you feel more, obviously going into this now, this last few months with Ralf in charge, do you feel a bit more confident that actually we could go on a run and get that top four? Obviously, it's going to be a fight, as everyone mentioned, it's going to be a scrap. But I think with Ollie, it kind of felt a bit stale towards the end where we were thinking, I can't see us going on a running games. Obviously, I was hoping, me sitting on my crumbling fence, I was hoping that he could turn it around, but it just obviously wasn't to be. But with Ralf, do you think then there's a new sense of energy where actually we can go on a run and there's a bit more confidence now?
I'll be lying if I say I don't feel that way, but I'll be an idiot if I didn't say that we kind of have to wait and see because new manager bounce, first game, it was against Crystal Palace. Like, they're not the hardest team in the league. We kind of have to see how it goes a little bit because, yeah, it's too early to say, isn't it? But something inside does feel different, and watching them tactically, it did feel different. So I'm thinking we have got the players, we've got the talent. Tactically, they looked better, and they looked like they were getting much more stuck in. Like, people looked like they were really going into tackles
more
and not pulling out.
Yeah.
So to me, it looks good, but I have to wait and see because it is Man United who do like to make me look like an idiot when I say things. So
yeah,
hopefully,
to be fair, I will say.
Go on.
I was going to say Palace, I think, are a very decent team under Vieira in particular. I think that they've caused many team problems this season. Obviously, with the likes of Zaha as well, you know, he can always be a handful. And look, we've already mentioned our fullbacks, but I think we contained their attacking threat really, really well. Gallagher, I think, had a fairly quiet game. He was back 2 goals from this season and whatnot. So I think we do deserve credit for that. I think our pressing really, really held them back. And obviously, we kept making the ball up high. And it was nice to see that energy that we've looked so flat, haven't we, over the last few months. So to see that energy, that aggressive pressing, which is what we've all been calling out for. And this is only the start. It does fill me with encouragement. But as you've already mentioned, you cannot underestimate any team in the Premier League. Anything can happen. Like, we need to be on it, basically. We need to be consistent. And I'm hoping that Ralf can instill some of that. George's team here said Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Boye, Maguire, Telles, Matic, McTominay, Donny, Greenwood, Ronaldo, and Elanga to start. I would like to see Elanga given a start. And it's obvious that 0-0 he put him on at the weekend. He obviously has a bit of faith in him as well. So let's see what happens. If Varane and Boye combo, I would like to see that. Their pace is going to help us defensively in that high press. You would think, yep. George said there, Palace are a good mid-table side. We need to do more with possession and sharpen up in the final third. I feel like that will come now that we're pressing and winning the ball higher up the pitch, so we'll create more chances. Do you know what I mean? That's where teams are most vulnerable. When you're nicking the ball up high there, I feel like we will create more Zeo. Do you agree with that? I think obviously when you're winning the ball off on your edge of your own area, it's a longer transition to obviously it sounds stupid, but to get to the opposition's goal. I think when you're nicking it high up the pitch, you're in their box within seconds, and I feel that will aid us. As players like Sancho, quick thinking players, I think that'll help us with that system.
And if it's our tactic as well, the players will be aware and try and be sharp. That's not the right word to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Try and be sharp to that. Like, they'll be aware that that's what we do. And everyone will be thinking, you know what, he's closing him down. We could get a goal from this. And they'll be chasing all these balls. Where before it was kind of like, oh, we got the ball. Oh, he's passed it backwards. Oh, I'm going to make a run. Oh, he didn't see me. Oh, can't be bothered. Where now it's going to be like, nah, we're on it. Oh, he's going to tackle him. Oh, he's going to intercept it. If he intercepts it, I need to be in this space because I could get a... So I feel like they'll be on it more. I think the more time goes along, we will get sharper in the final third. And I think we're going to be a high-scoring team again, I hope, based off what I saw that day and the goal threats we had. I feel like, it's a matter of time before we're high-scoring again.
Yeah, Rashford needs minutes as Karen, or he needs to be dropped. He looks out of his depth right now. Maybe Young Boys tomorrow will be a good game for Rashford to play, and if he can get on the score sheet and get that bit of confidence, maybe that's what he's lacking. Maybe he's just lacking a goal. Do you know what I mean? I think he had his injury towards the end of last season. He hasn't really obviously got back to form. Maybe he needs a game like this, or maybe Norwich, where he might get a few more chances on goal. And again, we need to be on it if that's going to be the case. We can't underestimate anybody. But I think Rashford might just be lacking a bit of confidence at the minute. But I agree. No. If he doesn't keep continuing, then he needs to be dropped. So I agree with that. Is the fitness good enough right now? No. I think that was partly why we've been so static. I think because we're not fit enough. But I think after a few weeks or so with Ralf, hopefully we will be fit enough. I think he seems the type of guy who's going to be drilling into them players. He's not going to be taking any passengers. He wants them to work their socks off, even the likes of Ronaldo you saw the other day. So I'm hoping that obviously doing that consistently over a period of time, the players will get fitter as well.
I was talking to a fan of that team that I hate, not the one that I super, super hate, the one I just hate. And he was saying about when their manager come in, when that Klopp guy came in, that they kept getting loads of injuries because he was literally running them and running them and running them
Exactly,
and
yeah.
running. And they kept getting loads of muscle injuries and stuff like that because he just that's how he wanted his team to play. So he had to work on fitness. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he start getting injuries and stuff like that if he's a similar type of manager. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then Tony Martial, as I like to call him, Martial. Do you think he can break into the team under Ralf under a new manager? Look, we all know the potential that Martial has got. He hasn't really hit those heights. He's been injured and whatnot. He hasn't really got a consistent run of games. But you know what? I mean, do you think he could maybe come in and be a starter if Ronaldo's not starting, if Cavani's still not ready? Could Martial maybe come in?
I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to base it off how much Delors shocked me under this new manager. I feel like Delors was a very bad player for Man United under the previous manager. I think Martial had moments where he was amazing under the previous manager. So
he's still out at the minute, by the way, I'll add that in. He is still out at the minute, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, if Delors can come in and be that good under the new manager, tactically and blah, blah, and just one game transformation for Delors, then I think Martial, who everyone loved at a point, can definitely do it. And I hope for his sake he does, because I think if he can get firing, he's a great player, man. Yeah. His hold-up play and stuff is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we know that. A bit like we said with Fred, in glimpses, you see how good of a player he can be. We just need to see that on a more consistent basis. But how do you get a more consistent basis when you've got Ronaldo starting in your place? You know what I mean? There's literally like third in the pecking order, maybe even fourth if you're classing Greenwood as a striker. Martial, I think he's got more chance out on that left-hand side, where I actually quite like seeing him out on the left-hand side and cutting in on this right. He just needs a bit of confidence, but he needs games to get that. Young boys will go for it, and I hope they do, Shivam, because I think if they come at us, that's where the gaps will open up, and you feel that us on the counter attack can definitely cause them problems. I think we would prefer that if a team come at us. So I think it'd be an entertaining game if that does happen. So hopefully it does. Varane has already missed half of the season. Is he back in time soon? What's with these French players and injuries? Yeah, Varane's injuries are obviously gutting. Because I think when we have seen him playing, he's looked outstanding, to be honest with you. And obviously his fitness, I think when he's in our defence, he kind of transforms us. And we look a better team for it. So I believe he's out for another week or so. He's back in training, which is good, but he's not ready to start just yet. So we shall see on that one. I think Haaland is our summer target, regardless of how funny that moment was with Ralf in the presser denying it. It was funny, to be fair. I like his sense of humour, and he obviously referred to Fred's strong right foot as well, which made me laugh when he was talking about Fred's goal as well. Yeah, I already like Ralf. His sense of humour is good. But yeah, obviously Haaland. Do you still, even with Ronaldo, George, do you still think we're going to be going for Haaland? Because I genuinely, when Ronaldo came in, already having Greenwood there as well, I did doubt. Now I did think, is that it now? Obviously, Cavani, you think will leave end of season, but do you really think Haaland will come in and compete with Ronaldo for that central spot, or maybe could both play? We've seen Cavani and Ronaldo play together at one point.
Oh, you asking me? Or are you talking to George?
Go on. Yeah.
Are you asking me?
What do you think?
I really can't see Haaland. I can't see us going for Haaland. In fact, no, that's a lie. I can see us going for Haaland. I can't see us getting Haaland. And I don't think it logically makes sense. How many seasons has Ronaldo got? He's got this one. He's got probably the next one. Greenwood coming up in his... Yeah, Greenwood coming up in his place. Martial's still here. I just really can't see it. I don't know. Not that I don't want it. I just can't see it. Yeah. Can't see it. As soon as Ronaldo came in, I just thought that's done.
I think, like Bruce said, if you get a chance on Haaland to do it, I think you mentioned Martial there. Martial's going to be gone regardless, let's face it. He isn't going to hold around being third or fourth in the pecking order, you wouldn't think.
No.
He wants to break into that France squad. So I think Martial will be gone anyway, unless he has a major turnaround like next few months, which it looks unlikely because he needs to get minutes. But if he can do that, then obviously it might change. But if you're saying to me, Haaland, there's a chance, I would love him at United.
And I get what Brush is saying. If you get an opportunity to sign Haaland, you do it. But it's the same for Ronaldo. If you get an opportunity to sign Ronaldo, you do it. What next? Flipping Lewandowski. If you get a chance to sign him when we've got Haaland and Ronaldo, you do it. Like, how many times do you use that?
I think it could end up City.
How many times do you use that saying to sign people in the same position that we don't really need?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
I think that's a good point, though. Haaland obviously would be great to get him, but someone mentioned there, CDM obviously is what we really want. Realistically, we want a CDM. So that should be our priority, 100%.
Well, Haaland's not going to be that expensive.
And even a right back, to be honest with you. What's that?
Haaland's not going to be that expensive by the time comes around, is he?
It's still going to be quite expensive, but not as expensive as you'd... Yeah, because his contract obviously is running down, isn't it? So you get him for better. And he can also sign a pre-contract in January, so it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Alonso
Right.
said they're City. Yeah.
That's gonna hurt, you know.
Hope not. Yeah, hope
That's
not.
gonna hurt.
Also, we saw that Greenwood is seen as part of the second two. Yep. Greenwood, to be fair, under Ralf, I'm interested to see his progression because I think Greenwood obviously was on the upward and then he kind of just mellowed out a little bit. I'm hoping he can continue because at the start of the season he was fantastic for us. He wasn't always scoring, but he was constant threat. He always looked positive. He always looked like he was the one who's going to make something happen. And I know he's been out here COVID and whatnot, didn't he? But I do feel like he's kind of slipped off last little bit. Yeah, so 75 mil. George said 100 mil. So yeah, just the 120 mil says Lancer there. Like I say, still going to be expensive. I would take him. But Shakina said there, Greenwood is our Haaland, and I do kind of think we have to think like that. We've got Ronaldo, and the next one step up in line, I do think it will be seen as Mason Greenwood in the future if he continues to progress. But at the moment, like I say, he's just mellowed out a little bit, hasn't
he? If he keeps tailing off and we don't see the Greenwood that we saw for a period of time, then maybe Man United will do it. Maybe Man United will break the net for Haaland. But if we see that Greenwood that we used to seeing, I feel like it'd be a kick in the face for Greenwood almost. So yeah,
unless,
I don't know.
like we say, we're going with a front two, then it would make sense. So say you'd have Ronaldo and Haaland, or Greenwood and Ronaldo, or Greenwood and Haaland, and vice versa. Then it would make sense.
Imagine that.
But I just hope that we buy players that fit the system and not just because they're available. Do you know what I mean?
Which I can't imagine Ralf will just be down for just getting players who are available. I imagine Ralf will want a system, and he'll be like, "No, we need players that fit." So hopefully. And to the person that said Bellingham, I don't think we're getting Bellingham in any circumstance. He's going to be wanted by the whole world. I buy him to play in my back garden with all my money. Like everyone wants Bellingham.
What a player! And it's mad that it's from around the corner from me. Like it's crazy.
Would he have turned into that player? Would he have turned into that player if he came to us before we went there?
No, because our club wasn't in the right kind of position. I don't think to progress him on where Dortmund just really developed their players well. But I wouldn't write it off, you know. I wouldn't write it off Bellingham. I think not yet, obviously. But I think if we get back up to the level where we're hoping to be, after the thought of playing at Old Trafford, under a top manager, with the likes of Sancho, young up-and-coming talent, hopefully others brought in by Ralf as well. I would love Bellingham at United, and I think that we should have gone on for him before, but I can understand why he didn't come to United for his own progression. But maybe he'll do a Sancho. Maybe he'll go away out of the country for a little bit, go to Dortmund, and then come back and come to United. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But
that's one thing I hate about coming on this channel. You get me too excited, and then you let me go away thinking, "Oh, Bellingham and Haaland, oh my god!" And then I have to come back to reality. Like,
oh no, this one is a shout. To be fair, he's also got links to Kimmich. He obviously spotted Kimmich, didn't he? What a player as well. What a player. Yeah, either of them, both of them, take them. I'll take any of them, honestly. I don't mind. No, I'm just hoping that Ralf recruits the right type of players. Like I say, not players just because they're available, players who will actually fit into the system and what we're trying to do. And fingers crossed, like, I think that's what we've obviously missed, that recruitment, bringing in, scouted. Bellingham should have been scouted and should have been snatched up ages ago. That's what United used to do. We used to snap up the youngsters, and obviously we missed out on him. We missed out on many others as well. Hopefully that we can start to nail that down and get the youth system back up to the top and whatnot. And yeah, spot all these youngsters early. That's what he should do as a top club. And that's what Rangnick is known to do. Like I say, with players like Kimmich as well. Yeah, he's another one as well. Obviously mates with Sancho as well. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh my god. Stop it.
Never say never. That's what I'm saying. Never say never.
You know, you wake up the next day and you're in a good mood and you don't remember why you're in a good mood. And then you remember what it is and then you're in a bad mood because it's like...
It's not real. When you think a dream's real and then you it's not.
Yeah, you wake up and you got bare money in your dream and then you like look at your bank account.
Minus. Yeah. I think Kimmich strikes me as the kind of player who's going to stay at Munich for his whole career, to be honest with you. I've always seen he seems like that kind of player who's going to stay. I would love him, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he will stay. But yeah, go on, give me, and obviously in the chat as well, let me know your score predictions for the game tomorrow. Like I said, me and Maisie and Zeo is welcome to join us on Thursday. We'll do a preview for the Norwich game and recap the game. But yeah, the young boys game, get your predictions in, how we're feeling. It's hard when you know it's going to be a rotated team, isn't it? But surely there's going to be goals, especially if they're going to come at us. You'd think we're going to exploit that. So, Zeo, how are you feeling going into this one?
I'm going to say, based off the last game and how we played, I'm going to say we're keeping a clean sheet. I think he's going to pride himself on clean sheets. So I think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I think 3-0. That's one of the best results I've said for United in a while on this channel. 3-0.
I think that is the best result I've ever heard you say for United on this channel. You're always really cautious.
Start of the season, I was throwing them out.
True. 3-1. 2-0, 3-1, 2-0, 3-0. All positives for United at the minute. We need to keep a clean sheet to back up the one against Palace. Exactly. Yeah, let's try and keep some clean sheets. It would be nice. Ralf is known to unearth young talent, so hopefully we'll get back to exactly, spotting the youngsters early before any of the other big clubs. I feel like we haven't really been doing that. Someone mentioned last time we probably tried to do that was with Martial when we spent 50 million on him. But yeah, we've never really done that, have we? So, well, we have, but not since post Fergie.
Ahmad is trending on Twitter with people wanting him to play.
Yeah, I would love Ahmad to start. When I've seen him, I think he looks exceptional. His glimpses, obviously in Europa League, that little backheader and that, and obviously against Wolves as well at the end of the season, he looked quality.
I don't know how he scored that backheader and then never really got a chance again. That baffles me.
Well, he was meant to go out on loan, wasn't he? And then he got injured and whatnot, so then he ended up staying. But I kind of think that's a blessing with a new manager coming in. Him ended up staying. Hopefully, he gets a glimpse of him in training and whatnot. And he likes young players, Ralf, doesn't he? So hopefully, he gives him a chance. He's the forgotten man in some ways. I agree with that. Hopefully, he does play. So you've gone for, was it 3-0?
Yeah. What are you saying?
I'm gonna go with a 4-1.
Whoa.
I feel like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll be like 3-0 up or something, and we'll kind of just like relax, and they might snatch one. But I don't think like the result will ever be in question. Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be one of them where it's a kind of a nothing game for us. But yeah, I think we'll score some goals tomorrow. Fingers crossed. It must be a boring 0-0 now. Hopefully we haven't jinxed anything. But it would be nice to see us relax and just get some goals and play for the new manager and see what we can do.
And see the rotation players playing well. That's what would be nice to see. Just to see them rotated players playing well under new tactics.
Yeah, exactly. And like someone said earlier, seeing our squad depth, seeing what they can do when playing under a different manager, should we say? I'm not going to say top yet because I think we're yet to see. But that new manager bounce, everyone wanting to impress and break into that squad. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It should be about competition. So hopefully these players can stand up and be counted. I don't think rotation should mean it's a weaker squad. I think it just means it's a different squad. And like I say, Ralph's going to want to have a look at some of these players, so they need to perform. And if they don't, you'd think they're not going to get a look in, really. You guys are ready for so rotation is key to give Rangnick an idea of the rest of the team. Absolutely. Sir Jesse Lingard may grace the occasion. I do think we'll see Jesse Lingard as well.
Better not.
I think he will. Expecting at least one? Yeah, at least one. It's got to be. Mr. Champions League, if he starts, is inevitable in it. And he will be so pissed off if he's not starting as well. You just know it. Even though we're already free.
He's dragged us through it as well. And then we're like, go and sit down. We can walk now.
Yeah. We don't know more stat padding today, mate. Yeah, I'll sit and watch. Join with the rest of us. West Ham Jesse would be nice. See some of that form, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? But yeah, so I'm going to go 4-1. Gio's going for a 3-0. A lot of you are positive in the chat as well. Fingers crossed we do see plenty of goals, obviously for United, and a clean sheet would be lovely. But look, we'll be back on Thursday. Me and Maisie, Zeo may be joining us as well, recapping the game, discussing the Norwich game and giving our thoughts. And you know what? I might even do my first calling show on Thursday where you guys can come and jump on with us as well, because I think that'd be cool to interact with you lot as well. I know a few of you said before you'd love to jump on, so I might post a link out publicly and give you guys a chance to jump on as well. So I think it'd be nice to speak to you face to face. So yeah, we'll try that on Thursday as well. But until next time, guys, thank you so much. Hit the sub button as well if you are brand new. I'd appreciate that. Hit a like on the video. Make sure you go and follow Zeo. Zeo, where can they find you?
At Zeo Leonardo on any social media you want, safe.
Go and give him a follow, definitely. Soph and Zeo on Twitter, Soph and Zeo with a kiss on the end of it on Instagram. We'll be back on Thursday, but until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Go and enjoy some Champions League football. I'm definitely going to go and do that. Keep smiling, and we'll see you soon.